Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahawashi, Bashemar Rakak, Radash, and double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught me what they have taught me, which is this truth, and including the bishops on down too. And Yahawashi Brakatham to the 144,000, and as well as to those that do follow, whom is the 1/3, and it's your brother Laban once again. And this is just going to be a brief video, nothing too lengthy and nothing too deep. And I want to begin by reading Psalms 125 and verse 4. Do good, O Yahweh, unto those that be good, and to them that are right in their hearts. And the Lord will do just that. But it's just in a matter of time, and all of the laboring that we've been putting in, and, you know, the resistance that we had to go through currently and what we're going to be going through in the future, is all going to be paid off eventually. As it is written, the Lord is a just power. So the Lord is going to do just judgment, and especially upon those that are doing good. And what is the good that we do? We simply go out there to publish the ministry. We interpret the scriptures the correct way. You know, there's no pride in our hearts in doing this, but rather what's in our heart is the spirit of charity. All right. And Lord willing is going to stay that way until the very end. So now let me read this. This is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 12. Now let's begin by reading verse 9. What profit have he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? I have seen the travail which the Most High have given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He have made everything beautiful in his time. Also he have set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that the Most High maketh from the beginning to the end. Verse 12, and I know that there is no good in them, and he's referring to men, of course. That's why Yahawashi said, call no man good, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labors. It is the gift of the Most High. How much more the kingdom of heaven? Because that's what we're working for, right? As it is written that our laboring is not in vain. So if we're bountiful in the work, then we're going to be bountifully blessed or abundantly blessed in the kingdom of heaven. Now, there's a precept that comes to my mind. I would like to read this as well, but I want to get that precept that's in my head, bringing that out first. Yeah, this is Matthew 6 and verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So our heart has to be in the ministry, doing that which is of the ministry, so that we can lay up treasures in heaven. In other words, blessing ourselves more and more untowards to the kingdom of heaven. So what we're doing right now is going to lead to what we're going to become in the future, being bountifully blessed in the kingdom. Now let's read this. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. And we can always be abounding in the work of the Lord. You know why? Because we have the word of the Lord, which is likened unto rivers of living water. Let's get that in the book of John 7 and 38. He that believeth on me, as the John 7 and 38, he that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. And that's what we have. We have the rivers of living water. In other words, we have an abundance of knowledge. So we have the abundance of knowledge. The same way we could be abounding in the work of the Lord. We can always bring something to the forefront in edifying the church, and also edifying those that are newly coming in. There's always a video. There's always some kind of a topic you could bring about to the brethren and stuff like that. So as I'm going to continue to read, as always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Just like Psalms 125 and verse 4 says, going to go back and read it again. Do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. And so that's what's going to be had. The Lord is going to do good unto those that be good. So if we continue to do this good, which is the ultimate good, this ultimate good will lead to something that will be far past finding out, even though we know it's coming. But when we do see it, it's going to be unfathomable to the mind. And I'm talking about the ultimate good that the Lord is going to do for us because of the good that we done on this side, which was the ultimate good including. And we talking about the kingdom of heaven, which Yahawashi is going to make a second return to bring. All right. So we got to put this work in. Yes, we're going to go through obstacles and oppositions and, niggas, just like this clown that you just can't take seriously, really. Anton Daniels saying that, oh, yeah, you guys are broke and this and that and the third. Right. Well, if that's how you perceive us to be, then OK, fair enough. That's fine. We don't have to prove to you that we got money like you do because you feel as though you got something you need to show off for because you're really just a worldly ass nigga. And you probably ain't never been anyone special. So you feel as though you got to use money to make yourself feel a certain way because you was never that type of guy when you was in your younger days or something like that, because you got certain men out there because they didn't experience something when they were young or get the kind of attention that they thought that they were entitled to getting. Now they want to live out their dream of getting this attention, and they figure, well, money's going to do that for them, because you got these low self-esteem, hollowed ass niggas out here, right? But anyway, what I was going to say, though, is, in order for us to be blessed way beyond what a typical simple ass Negro can see, we have to go through what it takes to get to that. And so if we have to go through that and we have to go through the resistors in the wing, then that just adds more to why we're going to be blessed later. And when these niggas are back in the reincarnation, guess what? They're going to have their heads down. It tells you that in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, that you're going to have some that shall wake up to everlasting life and some that will wake up to everlasting contempt. Those that have doubted the ministry, which is everything that we stood for. Okay, and then they're going to realize, wait a minute, these were the sons of the Most High. These were the sons of the Lord, which were all sons of the living power. But you're going to have the first fruits that are going to statement that they are the heavenly fathers. And I'm talking about the elect. When the elect is established in the kingdom. All right. Everything's going to be brought back to memory among the 2/3. And they're going to be ashamed of the things that they've done, the things that they have said, and many more. And that's something that a simple ass Negro will never understand until it hits them eventually. So let me read this again, just to get back on my train of thought. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain, just as well as the wicked. And what they're doing and what they've been saying is not in vain. So how much more, once again, back on point with the righteous. So the righteous are going to be living good. Because of the amount of good works we put in abundantly, guess what? We're going to be abundantly blessed later. As I just read to you in the book of Matthew 6 and verse 20, Psalms 36 and verse 8, and they shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house. In other words, the riches. And this is a Psalm of David. And thou shalt make them to drink of the rivers of thy pleasures. For with thee is the fountain of life. And that's what we're going to come to realize in the kingdom. We realize that right now because this truth, man. This truth is so much more than, again, what we can comprehend in our mind. We have everything. This is why it tells you in the book of Revelations that though we're poor, but we're rich in knowledge. So let me see if I can pull that out as well. Revelations 2, and I think it's verse 8. Revelations 2 and verse 8. It's verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are JOOs and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan. So let's look up this word rich. Plusios, if I'm correct.
Strong's G 4145, plusios. Plusios.
Which the correct usage in context would be biblical usage 1. Abounding rich, as they have it here, in Christian values, which a Christian can only but be an Israelite, from the Greek word Christos, which means anointed. Virtues and eternal possessions. So what is the eternal possessions that we have? This truth. What did Yahawashi say in the book of Matthew 24? Matthew 24, and the point is in verse 35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. So that's the earthly, that is the, what is it saying? Eternal possessions that we have, which is the word, which will not pass away. Why? Because it's the truth. Truth is always consistent. So that's what we have, which is the eternal possessions. And we have the correct understanding of the truth, 100% of the truth, by knowing 100% of this Bible. All right. So now let's get out of here. And let's move forward. Let's get this over here. 1 Corinthians. I've read this already. All right, so where was I originally? Yeah, let me continue over here. Psalms 36 and verse 10. Oh, continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee, and thy righteousness to the upright in heart. Let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove me. And there are the workers of iniquity fallen, and they are cast down and shall not be able to rise. And that's these devils, the so-called white man. Once they're fallen, they will not rise again. And there's a plethora of scriptures we can get on that. But just to keep this short, just for the sake of time, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahawashi, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught as well, and including the bishops on down as well. And Yahawashi Brakatham to the sincere believers that are preaching this ministry, and as well as to those that are sincerely following this ministry, whom is the 1/3, and it's your brother Laban, and I'm out. Shalom.